What's going on, everybody? My name is Bobo. Welcome back to your Bugpusters podcast. I'm surrounded by my fun-loving co-hosts.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Happy New Year.
First episode of the new year.
Now.
So, I do apologize I haven't been in the studio. I've had a lot of family stuff, a lot of stuff going on the last few episodes. So unfortunately,
it's holiday time, man. I mean, it's
understandable. Well, unfortunately, every weekend I had different sets of family come up. My dad's side came up one weekend. My mom's side came up one weekend. An uncle I haven't seen for a while came up last weekend. It's like, man, I haven't been here for 3 weeks and I feel bad. But
well, I mean, we didn't record. We haven't recorded in 3 weeks, so.
Well, I'm saying prior.
Yeah, I mean, I think you only missed 2, but.
I thought it was 3.
So I think we recorded 3 in a row because we knew we were going to take like 2 or 3 weeks.
Maybe
off
that's
the
what
holidays,
it is. I missed the 2 in a row. Yeah.
But yeah. Hope you all had a very safe and happy New Year. Hope you all had nice holidays other than that with Christmas and everything. So yeah, got fresh heads on the new year and ready to start this.
My head's not fresh. What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
5th year of the Buckbuster podcast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I can make you all feel. I saw something the other day. Is we are now just as close to 2030 as we are to 2020.
Oof.
It's been 5 years since 2020. Does that even feel real?
I mean, kind of, sort of, because COVID felt like 27 years in itself.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like
2020 alone was like a joke.
I still see people walking around with masks on.
So do I.
It's been done for 2 years now.
Well, they say someone from the CDC, someone who makes a fuck ton more money than I do, says that if you walk around with a mask, it's still a good preventative to getting stuff like the flu and your common cold. So a lot of people are starting to wear more and more masks.
I mean, all I did was cough and get a cold. People they still think, oh, you should go get tested for COVID.
I'm a janitor for a kindergarten, and
I mean, that would be just my luck to get COVID in 2025. So
I've been tested twice for COVID already this year.
I think back when it was a thing, because I worked in restaurants, so always interacting with customers, always interacting with other coworkers.
Yeah.
I came into contact. I think I had to get it tested. I think a total of 10 times, and I never once got it.
Yeah, I do remember you were like in Conmol.
I was like, where are you? Oh, you gonna go? Can you come tonight? No, I gotta get tested again.
Well, that's how it is with teachers and the little kindergartners. It's like the parents will send their kids to school sick as a dog. And it's like, oh, they say they're sick. Oh, you're just lying, and yet they throw up and they have to go home at 10 a.m.
So you can't believe you got sick at school. Like, I told you I was fucking sick.
Yeah, kids all smiling, fucking cute, staying like the Joker. I told you so.
You want to know how I got these scars? It's because I threw up too much because you sent me to school.
Yeah. Hey, Mom. I'm sick. The nurse called me.
Crazy to think that we're already halfway through the 20s already.
You know.
The youngest person here is the year 25 years old, so.
I mean, 2030 is going to be a lot of fun, too, so let's look forward to that.
And also, we're also just as close to 2050 as we are to 2000. So you're welcome for that.
I saw that one, too, so.
It's crazy. Yeah, back in studio. New-ish studio, just a different room in the same studio that we've been recording in.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Different room with a different layout.
Yeah, but I think it's going to work out pretty well. We think we got the mic set up and everything here. Looking pretty good and sounding pretty good, so bunch of tests, and hopefully you guys like it, the new setup, and yeah. Bounce right into talking about some football. No, I'm just kidding. Some hockey. If we start talking about football, this might get pretty vulgar.
Yeah.
So, well, it's going to get vulgar regardless because of a situation that happened this weekend.
Here we go, Steelers. Here we go.
It's just tears at this point. Like, I'll say one thing though, like Colin was right, and he's been not nagging, but just saying it for years.
Oh no,
now.
he's been nagging. It's not saying he's at this point.
He's just been saying it for years now that Mike Tomlin wasn't the answer for the Steelers, and that he sucks, and that he needs to go.
You know, Bobo, I've been quiet for the first 4.5 minutes, and I'm going to say something now. I wasn't nagging. Go fuck yourself, okay? This is the first time I've talked to him all episode. I wasn't nagging.
Throughout the last couple of years, every other week you'd be like, yeah, we need to get rid of Tomlin. You were nagging.
Nagging is like forcing it, or like, you know.
I was just like, we should get
hinting at it, like we should get, you know, but
yeah.
it wasn't constant, but it was just every time it came up in conversation, which obviously you're going to talk about it if it comes up in conversation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I told Colin, or halfway through the season, when we were like 9-3. I was getting cocky. I was getting hyped up. I was like, let's fucking go. This could be the year. He goes, oh, we're just gonna go to the playoffs and lose in the first round anyways, right? I'm like, we'll see what happens. I didn't think it was gonna happen, and I told Colin. I said, you know what, Colin? I'll tell you right now. If the Steelers don't win at least one playoff game, I will shut the fuck up and never defend Mike Tomlin again, and I will tell you were right. And guess what happened?
It's
been I've given up on him for a couple years now.
It seems like it's like a routine, like a carousel of Steelers season. We make a couple big pickups. We start off the season hot. Go 9-3.
I think
8-4.
this past
Whatever.
off season was one of our best off seasons we've had in years.
Yeah, we have these great off seasons. We pick up these great big acquisitions. Obviously, this past off season being Russell and Justin.
Justin Field, Deshaun Elliott.
And we
defensive guy Patrick Queen.
And then we start off fucking fantastic. 9-3, 8-4, whatever. And then as soon as Thanksgiving rolls around, as soon as the month of December rolls around, January, that's just when they start going downhill. And it's like, okay, great. Here we go again.
Instead of here we go Steelers, it's here we go again.
Yep.
Here we go again. Fuck this.
Pretty much lost the last 4 games of the regular season. All very tough matchups to begin with.
Which I kind of knew.
Which is why I wasn't all that worried, really. We know how to beat Baltimore. We've beaten Baltimore before. We've beaten them in Baltimore before. And also we did do it this year. We did it last. I think this year was the first time the Ravens had beaten us in 4 years or something like that I saw. But they lost 4 times to fucking Kenny Pickett, or 3 times to Kenny Pickett, once to fucking Mitch Trubisky. But then they can go ahead and beat Russell Wilson. I don't know.
Pretty much right now they're the Leafs.
That's why I texted the group chat and said, guys, this is how Maple Leafs fans feel. Fuck, man. I said, well, at least the Maple Leafs can fucking win a playoff game. But anyways, enough talking about football. Let's move on to the sport that we know a little bit about in hockey. Otters hockey specifically. One main thing that we want to talk about here in a minute, but we'll talk about how they have done since we took our break. So their record since we took our break.
So we were there. I think we recorded after the London game.
Yeah, that's the time we recorded was on their
23rd, I believe. It was the Sunday before Christmas, so 22nd.
So again, right after they started the holiday break. So the first game back would have been the Guelph game on the 28th.
Yeah, 4-2 win over Guelph. 5-4 New Year's Eve win over the Bulldogs, which I think that's the game we had a nice comeback in.
Yeah, because we were up 2-1 at one point going into the third. Then they had back-to-back goals, and then we had 3 straight goals. One from Frasca, one from Alfie, and one from Royston.
Yeah. And then we start off the new year with with back-to-back losses on back-to-back nights. 3-1 to the Rangers and 7-5 to the Spits.
That one was.
That's kind of expected. those are two of the top 3 teams in the league right now. So what else are we going to expect from that?
I think what was crazy about the Windsor one, literally 5 minutes in 5 minutes of the game, 3 unanswered goals from Erie, and then immediately nothing.
Well, it was 8 minutes into the game and already all 4 goaltenders had seen time.
Yeah.
No, it was 13:26. The third Windsor goal was scored by Liam Greentree, and that's when Noah got pulled, and then therefore Charter came in being the 4th goaltender playing that game.
And then on the 8th, a 5-4 overtime win in Guelph, and then this past weekend came home for another 2 more losses, 6-2 to the Spirit, and 5-3 just last night, the 11th, to the State. So, yeah, thing that is fresh on our minds, obviously. Everybody's heard about it by now, even if you're not an Otters fan.
Or not an Oilers fan.
Or not even an Oilers fan. If you're a hockey fan in general, you've heard about it. Connor McDavid night. Connor McDavid getting his number 97 retired and thrown up into the rafters at the Erie Insurance Arena.
Turned out to be a really nice ceremony.
Really nice ceremony. It's been way longer than we expected. I think we predicted it to be maybe half the amount of time that the Ryan Miller one was.
It was actually right about
right around the same amount of time. It was
40
minutes, and I think Ryan Miller's was 45-50. So this is from the time that they started bringing everything out and speaking to the time that they got everything off. I think the game didn't even start until I think it was closer to 8 o'clock.
Something right about that.
Because I don't think we got home. I didn't get home till almost 11 that night. So, and I know a lot of people drove up from like Pittsburgh. I heard some people driving all the way up from like Georgia and like South Carolina, Florida. I heard there were a couple of people from Canada that made the trip down. I can only assume that there's a bunch of Oiler fans that traveled.
I did see some Michigan fans because obviously Saginaw fans came in, and
I saw a couple of Saginaw fans too. Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's such an awesome night, man. I made fun of my girlfriend a couple months ago when she went to one of the Taylor Swift concerts in Toronto or whatever. She's like, oh my god, I'm 200 feet away from Taylor Swift, and now I was there and I was like, oh my god, I'm 100 feet away from Connor McDavid. I kind of know how she felt in that moment now. So. Holy shit, he's right there. Too bad his back was to us, but obviously you can see him on the
you can
screen.
See him
He made sure that he turned around and acknowledged people behind him too, so that was pretty awesome that he did that, and that he pretty much turned around and made sure he acknowledged the entire place. So, and he had made a joke. He goes, "Thanks for showing up. I didn't think that many people would be here, but just being here for that, man, or being there for that was
once in a lifetime thing. Like
it's incredible to see. It's a once in a lifetime player. So
a generational talent, like what Sean Bettner said during that ceremonies, like the Peterborough Pizza, like the Gretzky era, and then Ramushki with Sidney Crosby and the Q, and then again with the OHL, Connor McDavid with the Erie Otters. So I think it was kind of lucky we got a generational talent like Connor McDavid.
The only one that I can see maybe from the W eventually doing that is Bedard. But I think he needs. He's not a bad player. He's not. There's a lot more I think he needs to accomplish, or he can accomplish in the NHL.
I think that's why.
The amount he accomplished in the WHL alone, I think, is good enough to get his number retired there. But I think he has a lot more to accomplish in the NHL so far, though. He just needs to be on the team that knows how to win games, basically.
Well, also you got to give it time. Look at Connor in his early days. Look at Crosby in his early days. The early career Edmonton early Edmonton Oilers and McDavid's career, and then Penguins early in Crosby's career. They both fucking sucked.
I think Crosby's rookie year, I think we still finished like 9th or 10th in the conference or something like that.
Yeah, both teams fucking sucked, and look where they are now. Obviously McDavid still doesn't have a ring on his finger.
He'll get it.
Look at Crosby. A couple seasons in, and he lost his first.
There's not many players that you can say that have a Conn Smythe but don't have a Stanley Cup.
so
McDavid and what? J.A. Shiger, and that's about it.
Yeah. So give it time. Obviously Bedard, it's only his sophomore season. He's got years to go. Obviously, both McDavid and Crosby have some time underneath his belt. I'm not saying enough for Bedard. He's a good player. He's kind of a douche, but what do you expect out of a young player?
He's 19 years old, so he's
what do you expect? What do you expect?
Still a little arrogant, still a little cocky. But
so can you see Bedard being one of the next faces of the?
He's one of the young faces.
He's definitely one of the next faces of the league for sure.
You think so?
This younger core. I could still consider it all in the same era. McDavid, but even Bedard can still be considered in the same era. I think. How the hell did he get in here? That scared me. The cat giving.
Then our unofficial mascot.
Yeah, McDavid, Matthews, Marner, Draisaitl.
You got the older faces of the league, and Ovi and Crosby still going, still producing.
Crosby, Malkin, Stamkos, Tavares.
Those old guys, and the mid-tier guys, the middle-aged men of McDavid, Matthews, Marner, and then you got the young guys. You got who's the guy out in San Jose?
Celebrini,
Bedard. Like some of these younger guys who came in post COVID.
Throws with those younger goaltenders like Jake Ottinger.
You got to realize
still over in Anaheim's been doing really well.
You got to think the way I see it, you got 3 decades of generations.
3 generations all in our that we're watching right now, which is crazy.
Yeah, so you got the players who drafted anywhere between 2000 and 09. The 09 draft, which was Tavares' draft. I think Tavares' draft was the last one, and then you got the 10 through 19, which, like I said, includes Marner, Matthews, McKinnon, those guys that are established, but still have a long way to go.
Another one that we just saw, I think it was just this afternoon or last night that we saw, I didn't even know his number was getting retired, was Eric Stahl. That's another one of that era.
Yeah, he was 03, the same draft as Furry.
Yeah.
So
I think he went second overall behind Fleury, I believe.
yeah,
So
I think what's kind of funny about McDavid's banner
how do we not mention Fleury when we were just talking about the greatest players of our generation?
we're just so used to talking about him that everybody knows that like he's.
I think we're more focused on skaters there too, but.
And with all due respect, yeah. I mean, we can't leave out the Flower.
like it was kind of funny like with McDavid's banner like I really thought about it last weekend's games against like Windsor and Colin were kind of just hanging out by the glass for warm-ups that night, and I'm like now I think about it, like now I can see why they updated the banners because they updated Vince Scott's banner and Brad Boy's
and the guy
and that was 2 years ago. They officially 2 seasons because I remember I brought up to Kyle when we went to training camp. That I'm like oh they changed their banners, and then I'm like now after McDavid got his announced, I'm like now it kind of makes sense why they updated them because they wanted to make them kind of all.
The pieces will finally come together. The gears are finally turning in our brains. Like, oh, duh, that's why they're updating.
And then plus even though we didn't know it for a while, like it was in the works for a couple years, and it's just a matter
We're
of
just waiting for all the pieces to fall right into place, and McDavid to be able to have that time to make the trip up, and he just happened to be, play the game in Pittsburgh Thursday night, and then a game in Chicago Saturday night, so it was literally just perfect to be able to drive up to Erie, and then make the trip over to Chicago the next morning, so.
Yeah.
He just made it perfectly to that, so. I mean, that whole night as a whole was just absolutely nostalgic. I mean, the jersey Jeffy's wearing that they got to wear for the game. I turned to them and I said, POV, it's 2013 and you're at the EAA watching the Erie Otters and Connor McDavid. Like,
yeah, the golden era as it's not considered in that. Like,
yeah, four straight seasons of 50+ wins. I don't know. I mean, it's just so nostalgic to be there and watch them play with those jerseys.
And it was kind of honestly cool seeing the current guys. Like, it's just kind of cool seeing them like rock these.
Oh yes,
like
Carey, Malcolm, Alfie, Noah was in there, and we got to see Burnsy too.
The person that I think fit the most in it, I felt like was Pano.
Yeah,
Pano really rocked those kind of like that style jersey.
Obviously, we wish the outcome of the game could have been a little bit better.
I actually was telling Kyle at the game, I'm hoping maybe in a few years the Otters would consider this. So, like I said,
bring that back as like an alternate.
Bring it as an alternate. I said, as much as I like the silver ones, keep the blue, the white, and the gold, but have like as a throwback secondary alternate. Either bring this one or this version of the.
Yeah.
So the Brad Boys era.
Yeah.
Like colors.
So back like the what that's called, the gradient going up like halfway up down the bottom.
I really wish that number one that the OHL as a whole would do like a throwback jersey and have all 20 teams do like a throwback jersey of their dark jerseys. Oh, any jersey I should say, but
any jersey up there.
Like even I didn't even say this, but even London's, man. Like London, I like their old logo better than I like their current one. I think their old logo is really cool, and I'd like to see them, wear that every once in a while again.
Yeah, I think there's definitely great opportunity. Or number two, potentially have an outdoor style game. I think Kyle, I know you brought this up on Twitter about doing it at the UTS or at UPMC right next door.
I didn't say it. Somebody else said it, but I said I still don't know how I could see them fitting an ice rink on that field just with the way it's laid out, and plus the seating too. Just with how the seating is in that stadium, like it would be hard to make it happen there.
Outfield, do it in the outfield, and then obviously you got the cheaper seats in the normal seats of the bowls, and then the more expensive seats you can get up closer to where the rink is. Mm-hmm. And even on the other side, obviously you got the normal like maintenance stuff inside the EIA right there, and the access in the outfield, center field.
Yeah.
Bring shit around. Guess what? Right on the ice, do your normal thing.
Yeah.
So
even if they had to go try out a little bit later, if they wanted to make it work, go to like PNC or something.
Even if they would do like a lot of companies will like rent bleachers. Even if they pay a company to rent X amount of bleachers to go set up the night before the game, clean them out, tear them down the night after, And then that way they can fit everybody in the baseball. They can fit everybody in that stands. You have good views 360 degrees, whether you're against EIA, whether you're in the outfield towards the back of the skyline, whether you're in the actual seats. They can have bleachers. They can put them out like a T. So you have a set of bleachers going north. You have a set of bleachers coming west, and they just make a T.
No. Hear me out. Erie, London. You travel up to Buffalo, play at Highmark Field or wherever the football stadium is. The Battle of Lake Erie, right there where they meet paths.
That'd be cool.
Even like Erie, Niagara, because Niagara's right there in the lake too.
That'd be cool.
I was more
three-way, or have like a three-way or a three-way game or a four-way game.
Say reword that.
You can try again.
Have 3 teams do a round robin, or even do a 4-team round robin. If there's another team, you have Niagara, you have London, you have Erie. If there's another team right there.
Hamilton, I'd say. Or Brantford now, but
Brampton.
What were some of the places we passed on the way up to Toronto? Niagara, London, Brampton, Brantford.
Mississauga's not too far.
Mississauga.
Peterborough's not too far out of Toronto.
Well, Mississauga.
Peterborough would be on the other side.
I think it's up more north, but it's not too far out of
Yeah, it's on the other side of Toronto from us. So I feel like if you're between us and London and Buffalo or Toronto, south of Toronto, kind of thing.
Colin and I both saw signs for both Mississauga and what was the other city Kyle just said?
Brantford,
Hamilton.
We both saw signs, but they were way.
But
we've
still,
seen that they can make it work for any level. I mean, college in the Big Ten, college just did it. They played at, what was it, Ohio Stadium? Where did they play?
I thought it was Notre Dame.
Or was it Wrigley? It was Wrigley Field.
Wrigley.
They played at Wrigley. I think it was Penn State, Notre Dame, which ironically ended up being the championship that Penn State lost. Fucking Notre Dame. Yeah. And I think it was Michigan and Ohio State as well. Yeah. And it ended up being really cool. I mean, I watched a little bit of the Ohio State one. I haven't been to the Penn State one, but...
What if they would even do it at like Mercyhurst College or like Gannon University?
We don't have the field capacity for that.
No.
I mean, unless if you do it somewhere like Vet Stadium, which Vet Stadium needs a lot of work.
Well,
the field itself is nice. Just the stand itself, I see where you're coming from.
That's what I was thinking. Like a big college like Gannon. Gannon has a 7,500 person capacity. And it's like, that would be kind of cool to get everybody downtown Erie, because then what happens? You bring in business. Gannon's right downtown Erie. Everybody goes to the local bars. All of a sudden, all these bars start selling what? Merchandise. You start merchandising.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, just that area alone would just... Yeah, I don't think it would work. I mean, it'd be nice to try to give it a shot, but
also,
it'd be tough.
Also, you're going to face this problem, regardless of where you go, whether it's Gannon, Vets, whatever. I know Erie isn't the best at parking. And as if you go to the AA or the ballpark, where there are garages there, good fucking luck.
If you're not too far away from Gannon.
There's a couple parking garages right downtown. There's one right in the hospital right there. Yeah. There's one right in the hospital. There's one for
the Erie Insurance.
And there's one right at Erie Insurance. So it's like, make it $5 event parking.
Well, which is kind of what it is right now.
Well, still, you get people in there, and then make it, you can have people go tailgate.
We definitely have the weapons, if you want to say. We definitely have the pieces for it. Yeah. Just putting the puzzle together to make it happen here in Erie would be very difficult.
Yeah, how I normally say, you have the piece of the puzzle dumped on the floor. You just have to take the time to figure out and put it together.
Yeah, and it would take quite a while. Like we got a 1,000-piece puzzle here.
Yeah. I actually fucking like that, Bo.
You want to take the piece of puzzle and you go.
So we're talking now, to make it happen here. We got a 1,000-piece puzzle here, though.
Yeah, and it's just we have pieces in the corner. The cat took a couple of the pieces. The dog ate the piece. You have to dig out of the pile of poop.
You might not have the best moments, the smartest moments, Bobo, but when you do, my God, they work. They work.
Yeah. I'll be here all night.
Yeah, going back to it. We 15-minute sidetrack there.
Sorry.
The Otters game on Friday night. Like I said, I wish we had a better outcome, man. Wish we had better refs in the OHL.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know what help is the fucking officiating crews getting their shit together.
I mean, for those Otters fans that don't know, the situation with Ty Henry getting suspended. I still don't think they have announced how the length of it yet.
They haven't.
Just
it's
reading
still,
the text in the group chat.
It's still
was pretty
pending,
hysterical.
Because I said there were a couple.
When you guys were leaving the
suspensions,
game, all
I
those
did see
group
that
texts
were-
you guys were sending. That was pretty hysterical. I was laughing my butt off at work.
It's ridiculous at this point. Apparently, this is all from what I saw and what a lot of other people said they saw too. Ty Henry at some point went over and said something to one of the linesmen, which they believe it was the female
It was
linesman.
Welsh that was the linesman.
And apparently she must not have liked it. She went and told the head ump, the head ref, which he then
He
then pretty much gave her the okay, and she sent him off,
Oh,
and he was done for the night. So, I don't know what was said. Obviously, they never released what happened. What was it? They would say suspended for his actions in this such and such game. They never say exactly what happened or exactly what was done, like they do in the NHL. Oh, so and so was suspended for 6 games for his cross check to the head on so and so. They just say, oh, suspended for his actions in this game. They don't tell you. They never tell you exactly what he did in the OHL. They don't, and I would think it's stupid. I think it's stupid how they don't share when a player's injured. I understand that, especially if it's like the 16, 17-year-olds. I think they can make it a difference between the 16, 17-year-olds and then the adults, the 18 and up players.
Yeah, I feel like if
especially the overagers.
I feel like if it's for the minors, like if their parents are like, yeah, whatever, we will sign off on this, and you can release whatever info. He's a professional now. That's one point. But if you get no permission slip or whatever you want to call it as, then no.
Yeah.
You're kind of SOL there, man.
The thing that pissed me off was like that with Ty Henry getting suspended, but a couple weeks ago, it might have been closer to like 2 months, there was it was thought or heard of that one of Erie's games in Kitchener.
what I saw.
One of Erie's games, I think it was in Erie. We played Kitchener.
Yeah, it's still pending.
Well, it says game misconduct in parentheses.
Yeah.
There's 1 or 2 Kitchener players that everybody thought they had overheard racial slurs being thrown at Ty Henry.
Oh my God.
Ty Henry, out of anger, slams his stick on the glass going into the penalty box because he had gotten a penalty for something. Apparently, his penalty, Kitchener didn't like. They screamed some obscenities at him. He got pissed off about it, and then I think he ended up getting thrown out of that game as well.
Well, number one, racial slurs aren't cool.
But
no matter what sport you play.
No, like
that should
just in general.
that should never.
Absolute bullshit.
What Jeffy said.
that's
in
what I'm saying.
general.
The NFL, you get fined like $2,500 for saying the N-word.
Yeah, and whether it's modern society or sports, we need to fucking cut that out.
Yeah, it's
we
ridiculous.
all need to love one another like we're
But the thing
brothers.
is, like, with that happening, those players got nothing for that incident. I think they did. I think they got suspended for something else in that game. But again, how we should know because they didn't say. They just said for his actions in this game. They don't tell you what he did,
Yeah.
and which I think that is the dumbest fucking thing in the league. I love how the commissioner was there for McDavid night, and half the crowd rang out boos instead of cheering him on.
Nice. Yeah, I think I was the only one.
He's brand new, and they're still
going.
booing him. I think this is his first year as the commissioner,
It was just.
and he still got booed.
Brian Crawford.
Yeah, that night as a whole, I mean, seeing a couple of the
Excuse me.
alumni guys there, but one of the Radish guys was down on the ice.
No, neither one of them.
No, Maximovich. I was thinking Maximovich. Quentin Maximovich was there. Who else was down on the ice?
Kyle Pettit.
Kyle Pettit and McDougal? Or McDermott?
It was Abraham.
Was it Abraham? I don't know. But, I'm just getting confused with all the players that, had sent a video message in, too,
Yeah,
Crisp, Connor Brown,
Stromer.
Stromer, obviously ADB. Just a whole bunch of, Fogel.
Yeah. Wonder if Paul said anything. Because Paul was working there. When...
But, that night as a whole, kind of disappointed.
Spencer
with this.
Abraham
Was there, okay. Obviously the ceremony, I can't speak. Bobo came and said, how was the jersey return? I said, everything but the game was good. The whole ceremony was awesome.
Yeah, I had to work Friday night.
Even brought in Sherry Bassin, which was pretty cool to see him back in Erie too. So
yeah.
he's the one that sold the team to Jim Waters, and that
he even said that
became kind of touching. They made talked about Jim for a couple minutes as well. So, but just nostalgic, but then from the jerseys to all the players, sending messages in, and just honestly, let alone McJesus being back in the building was just absolutely incredible. His wife that he just married over the summer was here. The Waters family came in, and they were here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was awesome to see that. Just as a whole, just absolutely touching for just just an unforgettable night, I'm sure, for not just Connor McDavid.
I think it
but-
was kind of cool with McDavid being the first overall for Erie, with only 3 Otters being drafted first. So I thought it was kind of cool. McDavid and Schaefer kind of had that moment in that because with both of them being first overall.
I mean, when you know all those players were shitting their pants, and that video where he comes in and announces the starting lineup, they're probably
Yeah.
they're probably like kids in a candy. I mean, they are kids, but like they're probably like kids in a candy store. Like, holy shit, Connor McDavid's standing right here.
Yeah, fat kids in a Chinese buffet. Or an all-you-can-eat buffet.
And you think a lot of them, like when McDavid was with the Otters, a lot of them were like 6, 7, like maybe 8 years old
When he was
Yeah.
in
when
his
he
area.
was in Erie.
Because we were freshmen in high school. Or I was a freshman in high school.
McDavid's only 7 months older than what I am.
I say
Okay.
he's 2 years and 5 months.
Yeah, he
older
was.
than me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's January of '97. Keep that in
Because I'm
mind.
August of
He
'98.
would have been. I would have been a sophomore when he got drafted.
So I was a freshman. No.
I
I
He
would
got
have
drafted in
been.
2015.
So I would have been.
that was my junior going into senior year.
That was my.
So I would've been
That was my
freshman.
sophomore going into junior.
So I would have been a
year.
freshman. Okay.
Yeah.
Baby.
But yeah, it's funny that I'm only like 5 months younger than Jeff, but was a whole grade behind him. Yeah,
Crazy
just the whole
how-
night, man, just absolutely incredible, and it's just such an honor for the OHL as a whole to be able to say that Connor McDavid came from our league, and
Yeah.
even bigger honor for Erie to say he played in this building. So
Absolutely.
Even when this building looked like shit, he played in this
played
building.
like shit. Could only hold 6,000 people. Now we can hold up to 7,200 with standing room and suites and club level.
The team played like shit, and the arena looked like shit. It was fitting. Great.
I mean, even McDavid's agent made a joke about that. He goes, back when Connor first started, the arena didn't look that good. The fan base wasn't as good as it is right now. But yeah, I mean, it's an honor to say Connor played here.
Oh,
I think we're always going to be able to brag about that. Hey, we got to watch him play.
I got to watch Connor McDavid play for $10. Suck my ass.
Seriously.
All right, moving on, Jeffy. What you got for milestones? And speaking of the OHL,
Just a couple, before going into milestones and news, couple suspensions and hirings. Jet Lachenko, the Guelph Storm, suspended 2 games for a cross-check penalty against Malcolm Spence on the January 8th, which that one was really high. I did watch
I did not see it.
that one.
How high? Snoop Dogg high.
That D-O-double-G.
Dog.
Connor Clutterberg of the Flint Firebirds suspended, which is also pending. Not sure how many games, but for a check to the head penalty on Noah Jenkins of the Guelph Storm.
So, for example, the Ty Henry one. If they go through and they say, okay, he's only suspended for 2 games, does that mean he's able to play next game because he already sat out 2 games? Or is it 2 additional games from the time that they
I'm
appeal it?
assuming it's 2 additional
That's
games.
so dumb, dude. Okay. Anyway.
That's what
Or he only sat out 1, sorry. He was misconduct and then sat out 1. But.
And then Flint Firebirds head coach Paul Fletch finds and suspended 5 games, and in has a fine of $2,500 for both players' safety and welfare of the league, which I don't know with welfare of the league and that.
Safety.
Yeah, it's weird. And then as for hirings, starting at Sting hired David Modis as an assistant head coach. He actually played 220 games and won the Memorial Cup with the Sioux Greyhounds back in 1993.
Speaking of numbers, really quick, sorry to cut you off. One other thing about Connor McDavid, somebody had posted this to the Uncensored group on Facebook. Connor McDavid, in his OHL career, scored 97 goals in his OHL career with Erie Otters.
Wow.
I think that's honestly kind of fitting.
It's just so ironic, it's hilarious. I love it.
And then starting back on the 28th of December, Ryder Leanders of the Brantford Bulldogs played in his 100th career OHL game versus the Owen Sound Attack. Then on the 31st, Lucas Moore of the Brantford Bulldogs played in his 200th career OHL game versus the Erie Otters. Evan Hendrick of the Kitchener Rangers gets his first career OHL goal versus the North Bay Battalion. Jared Harding of the Brantford Steelheads gets his first career OHL goal versus the Sudbury Wolves. Landon Sim of the London Knights gets his first career OHL hat trick versus Sarnia Sting. And on January 1st, Anthony Fuglemeni of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career OHL goal versus the Owen Sound Attack. Kieran Derving of the Kingston Frontenacs gets his first career OHL goal versus the Brampton Steelheads. And then starting on the 3rd, Josh Calamsino of the Flint Firebirds gets his first career OHL goal versus the Ottawa 67s. In 39 saves, Zachary Jovanovski of the Guelph Storm gets his first career OHL shutout versus the Sound Attack. And then on the 5th, Patrick Thomas gets. I don't know why I didn't put. I think he was Brantford as well. Gets his 200th career OHL point off of versus the Ottawa 67s. Tanner Wingard of the Windsor Spitfire gets his first career OHL goal versus the Niagara Ice Dogs. And then Ethan Toms of the Oshawa Generals gets his first career OHL goal versus the Flint Firebirds. And then on January 8th, Quinn McCall of the Erie Otters gets his first career OHL point off of Alex Messier's goal versus the Guelph Storm. Matthew Mania of the Flint Firebirds played in his 200th career OHL game versus the Brantford Bulldogs. And then on January 9th, Cedric Goodin of the Kingston Frontenacs gets his first 100th career OHL goal versus the North Bay Battalion. And then on January 10th, Alex Azadorian of the Niagara Ice Dogs played in his 200th career OHL game versus the Sudbury Wolves. Even Evan Cohen of the Flint Firebirds gets his 100th career OHL assist off a Sam McHugh goal versus the Guelph Storm.
You mean Ethan Cohen, right?
PJ McGoran played in his 200th career OHL game. And then Michael Misa of the Saginaw Spirit gets his 200th career OHL point versus the Erie Otters. And he is the fastest to reach 200 points with the Saginaw Spirit at 148 games, passing Ryan McDonough at 168 games played, which he's been incredible. Michael Misa. And then as of today, the 11th, Jenik Ula of the Peterborough Peace gets his first career OHL goal versus the Brantford Bulldogs. Parker Vaughn of the North Bay Battalion gets his first career OHL goal versus the Brantford Steelheads. And then Christian Humphrey of the Kitchener Rangers gets his first career OHL goal versus the Barrie Colts.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
And then, since World Juniors did happen, I kind of want to touch up on that.
Oh yeah, I was literally about to say that. All I gotta say about the World Juniors is, oh mama! Okay. Team USA back-to-back champs. Let's fucking go.
First time.
It's our sport now.
I saw a fact. This is the first time that the U.S. has ever done a back-to-back.
I commented that on Bar Down posted a video like they were at the gold medal game or whatever.
Excuse me.
And I just commented, oh mom, I don't. And then somebody got pissed off and like, oh, you got lucky. And I said, it's our sport now. Shut up. Back-to-back champs. And they did not like that very much. I got a lot of shit for that. They did not appreciate that one.
God damn it.
One thing I saw that was kind of crazy to think Latavia upsetting Canada, like
Latvia, yeah.
Latvia won the
Yeah,
round for that, which was kind of funny seeing that.
And we went on to lose to, what was it?
Finland.
Not Finland. Was it Finland the only loss we had?
Finland was the only one we lost to.
which I'm not going to be upset. The Finns are a decent team. Mid-pack. Mid-pack.
And obviously they played in the final too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they beat Sweden.
I'm not going to complain about losing to Finland in the round robin. It is what it is.
Yeah.
At least we didn't lose to Latvia. Hey, at least nobody lost to Kazakhstan.
Jeez.
Very nice.
Very nice.
But
Very
yeah,
nice.
I saw the
That'd be
fact
nice.
that in Czech versus Sweden, in the bronze medal round, I guess in that bronze medal matchup, that became the longest shootout in the tournament with 14 rounds,
Yeah, that's crazy.
which was crazy.
Wild. I mean, that's
But
like that'd be like 4th or 5th longest in NHL history, I believe. I know there's been a couple that have gone to like 15 in the NHL, and I think the longest ever is 20, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
I want to say it was Washington and Florida, because I know Luongo was one of the goaltenders. I thought I remember Oshie shooting and scoring at some point. And obviously. I want to say like 2015. Obviously, Luongo would have still been around.
2014.
Yeah, 14.
December 16th, 2014.
Close enough to 2015. So it's kind of his 14-15 season.
Nick Bukestad actually scored the game winner.
Was it
Yep.
against Capitals?
Yep, against the Caps.
Okay. Well, I was proud I remember that. Yeah, all I remember is that Luongo was one of the goalies. I thought I remember it being against Washington.
I thought it was touching as well for Team Canada. I mean Team USA. On the their locker they had Johnny and Matthew Goudreau as well. And then,
Yeah, they had a good jersey hanging up
and then they
throughout
had
the whole tournament, yeah.
Then they had Johnny's hanging up, and then like on the wall they had like hearts that like forever with us, like Matthew
Which is awesome.
and Johnny and that.
So that was definitely like that extra push they needed, I'm sure, to help them win that thing. So I think Johnny played in that tournament at one point. I think they both did.
They both did at one point.
I mean, Gaudreau would have been back in probably 2013, 2014,
something like that.
But it's awesome for USA to get back-to-back golds. And oh, mama, don't you cry. All right, jumping right back into it with good old-fashioned puck doku.
All right, going across for the columns. Dallas, Jersey, and Philadelphia. And for the rows, it's Winnipeg, Edmonton, and under 1,000 games played in their career.
Gritty.
You do somebody younger on Dallas, like...
Please don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3%.
Do either one of the Hughes? And then... Rupe Hintz?
Yeah, that would be a good one, yeah.
I think the only one on that team that might have played over 1,000 so far is Ben.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Edmonton, Dallas, Corey Perry. Yeah.
Or, no, he can't fit in anywhere else, right? Yeah, he cannot.
Edmonton and Dallas are the only two you can.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he could fit anywhere else or not.
Nope, he never played for New Jersey. He never played for Philly.
Well, I forgot the teams there for a minute, so that's why I double checked. So
Jersey, Edmonton.
Swift.
Oh wow, yeah. How did I not get that? Okay.
I forgot
Edmonton,
about him.
Philly. Cam Talbot. Yeah.
he played for Philly.
Yeah, early in his career.
I know that.
Damn. Nice
Pat
one.
Maroon was drafted by Philly but never played for Philly.
Oh.
That's why I almost said Pat Maroon. I was like, wait, no, he never played for
Yeah.
Philly. He was drafted but he never played for them.
Dallas and Winnipeg.
Bufflin never played for Dallas, I don't think.
Bufflin was Atlanta, Winnipeg, and then Chicago.
That's right.
Because he won a cup with Chicago in their first of three.
Yeah. Philly, Winnipeg.
There's also Jersey, Winnipeg, too.
Yeah, all three teams in Winnipeg.
New Jersey and Winnipeg. Brendan Dillon.
Yeah, that little bitch. DLLL. DILLN, yep. Winnipeg and Philly. Watch this be the one we go perfect on. We haven't played this in 3 weeks. Winnipeg and Philly. Oh, that one should be simple.
Could it be another goalie?
Sam Gagne ever play for Philly?
Yeah, I thought he did.
Simone Gagne.
Oh, Simone. Fuck.
Not Sam Gagne. I don't think so.
Maybe a defenseman?
Something like Ristolainen,
Ristolainen was only
Ghost
ever.
Bear.
Gots to be here.
Got to be here. I say Ghost Bear.
Gots to be here. Thanks, Ethan. Fucker isn't even here, and he's still having an effect.
Yeah.
I'm going back to like early when like they had just moved back over to Winnipeg. Like, say anybody from that team, or even the team that would have played for Atlanta.
If we can swap Dallas for Winnipeg, then definitely we could put Yager in for.
Yeah.
But
Winnipeg and Dallas. You didn't go back and do like Atlanta, Dallas.
Minnesota, Atlanta kind of thing.
Yeah. Damn. They flew right through those first 6, and then we're struggling.
We
Seven.
always do. We always.
We
do
always
that.
always fly through like the first 5. And
Yeah.
then,
I like the uniqueness there.
what's it?
The uniqueness. 69. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god. I like
Trying to think of all the places Wayne Simmons has been to.
never played for Winnipeg. I don't think.
I know Buffalo for only a couple games.
Buffalo, Toronto, Philadelphia, LA.
Simmons played for LA.
Played for LA.
Really?
Yeah. So I look it up once we're done here.
Where did Mark Stahl play? Never. I don't think he ever played for Winnipeg.
Philly, Rangers, Florida, Buffalo,
Detroit.
Detroit.
Oh man.
Excuse me.
Eric Stahl never played for either one. I think of those.
Nope.
Jamie Ben's been Dallas' whole career. Pavelski.
San Jose.
San Jose, Dallas. What about? No, never mind.
Spit it out so then we could probably spin off something.
I was gonna say Holtby, but that'd be just Dallas.
Dallas, Vancouver, Washington. Where's 3 teams?
Damn. Yeah, I'm blanking.
Where was Gonchar? Like
So you're
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, Ottawa,
Washington.
Washington.
Oh, what about Niederreiter? Nino Niederreiter? No, he played for Winnipeg.
Minneapolis. Or not Minneapolis, the Wild, Minnesota.
New Jersey.
Never played for Dallas.
That's like my best last guess I have is Niederreiter.
I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'm out.
I got nothing. Just want to guess Niederreiter for Philly.
Or for Philly.
For Philly, Winnipeg. That's the best guess I have. I don't think he played for Philly, but he did not. Okay.
And
What do we got?
new stats. Curry
Kerry
Lettman.
Lightman. Yeah, okay.
We could-
Dylan would play there
Jordy
too.
Man.
Another Cody Eakin. Not a whole lot of recognize. Okay, I don't feel bad about this now. Kevin Hayes fucking plays for the Penguins. Steve Mason.
Sam
Oh my God.
Gagne
I was
for
right
Winnipeg.
for like that early switch to Winnipeg days with Steve Mason.
Sam Gagne, Mark Recchi, Brayden Coburn, Johnny
Sam Gagne
O'Neill.
did play for the Flyers. Oh
Brandon
my
O'Neill.
God, I said that too. Oh, but I wasn't sure if he played for the Flyers. Fucking Sam, I was right on fucking Sam Gagne. Damn it.
not too bad about a couple of those.
Oh yeah, hurdle. Forgot about hurdle.
Alright, showing silhouette.
Conor McDavid.
Imagine. Oh, that must be Jack Eichel.
No, it doesn't have the curly hair.
No.
No.
Jack Eichel has curly hair, so.
I'm trying to think who. I mean, 95% of players have long flat hair like that, so that doesn't really help.
Jack Hughes. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Fucking.
Imagine. Okay, he's in the West, and he is in the Atlantic or not Pacific. Sorry.
No, because it was. Wait, how is it?
That means he has played for Edmonton.
Oh.
That's what that means. He has played for Edmonton. So he's
So-
currently in the Central. He has played for Edmonton.
And he's 27 or younger.
At 27, 26 years old. He's not a center.
Not a center.
Way below, obviously below 90, 97.
And he's not Canadian.
So let's guess somebody on like.
What do I consider?
Well, let's go through. That's Central teams. Colorado. Anybody that comes to mind that has played for Edmonton?
Not off the top of my head.
Dallas. Currently on Dallas.
Oh, that I can think
Not off
of.
the top of my head.
Nashville.
Barry? Isn't Tyson Barry over there now?
Yeah, he is. He is.
Tyson Barry?
Barry.
Oh, he's on Calgary. Oh, never mind.
Oh. Winnipeg.
Okay, we know he's not a defenseman now, so it could be a goalie, it could
Or
be
our
a
winger.
winger. Do we want to guess a goalie to get him out of? Where does Cam Talbot right now?
Cam
Detroit.
Talbot is with Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
So it
So.
can't be Central. Okay.
Who's Edmonton's current goalie?
Well, it's not on Edmonton.
He
Or
did.
not- or-
He played for Edmonton.
That yeah.
What's the past Edmonton goaltenders? Jack Campbell.
It's not.
I mean, Soup might not be a bad guess.
But he's in the AHL. He's still under contract with Edmonton.
Let's just guess a random goalie from the Central. Go Fleury. Okay.
So it's not a
It's not a
goaltender.
goaltender. It's a winger. Oh, we should have done that for the age too. But yeah, we more or less just guess that to get the position. So it's a winger, 26, 27 years old, not Canadian either. His
So-
number is above 29.
Who was drafted from? No, never mind.
No,
never mind.
spit it out. Just
Well, I'm thinking Seattle expansion, but Utah. But Utah was a relocation.
yeah.
Utah. I'm trying to think. Utah. Who could have played for Edmonton?
So nice for HF.
Justin Schultz, but he's a defenseman and retired now.
Yeah.
I might draw a blank on the rest of the.
Bukestad did, but I think he's above 30.
Yes. Did we go over Dallas yet?
I think we do. We've tried. Dallas.
Yeah, I'm just.
Winnipeg. Could we go back to Winnipeg?
That or even.
That
like
could be
Saint-
Sam Gagne.
What about like St. Louis? Could he be through St. Louis?
Sam Gagne currently with Edmonton.
He played,
okay.
but I don't know if he's currently with.
Is he with Detroit or is he with Winnipeg?
It'd be between Sam Gagne or somebody on St. Louis, like Boblin said.
A winger on St. Louis.
Perron's still in Detroit, right? Because
I think
he,
so.
he does have a tendency to go back to St. Louis after a
Pull
couple.
that back up again, the picture. What's I got to think nationality here? I almost want to guess an American, just to get it out of the way. Like, is Mark Scheifele American? He also never played for Edmonton.
I don't think so.
I just want us to throw Sam Gagne out there.
I just don't remember what team he plays for. It's G-A-G-N-E-R. Nope, not even on there. Okay.
Or is he even? He might not played yet this season, or is he retired?
He might not play yet this year. Maybe he did retire. Then I don't know. Name somebody else. Name somebody random on St. Louis.
Jordan Binnington?
It's not a goaltender.
Fuck, that's right.
Kapanen? I know it's not Kapanen, but it'll help
Yeah.
with nationality, and that'll help with jersey number.
Even though Kapanen's up in Edmonton right now,
Kapanen got traded to Edmonton?
he got picked up in waivers.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yes,
And,
okay.
Cairo, I know the number would be too low.
Kyrou?
Cairo's
Yeah.
15.
And he always played in St.
Is it-
Louis.
Isn't Kyrou in St. Louis? Oh,
That's what
yeah.
I just said, Cairo.
That's what I
Okay.
just said. He's only played in St. Louis.
I'm trying to think of some other forwards on over there right now. Man. How did Dallas,
Sod?
Minnesota?
Brendan Sod?
It could be. I think he's only number 20.
Okay.
But is he American? That could help not to.
I mean, he's also old,
He is. Okay.
and I thought he was in Utah.
Is he?
I don't know. Hold on.
What's some other team? Chicago. What about like Nick Foligno? No, he's
Nick-
too old.
Too old, and he never played for Edmonton.
Okay.
Only Canadian team he's
Taylor
played
Hall
for.
is too old. That'll help us figure out if he's American though. If we just did Taylor Hall. And his jersey number is I think like 71. Perfect. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so
he's a right winger. We know that he's a right winger. And he's 26, 27 years old. Oh, I thought Taylor Hall was American. Fuck. Alright.
and he does not play for Minnesota, Chicago, but has played for Edmonton.
Like I said, I'm thinking it might be for someone from St. Louis. I'm kind of on that St. Louis streak. But who would be a right winger on St. Louis?
They're just like the Islanders. They're a boring fucking team.
I know.
they're just there. Like,
They're a franchise kind of
we
thing.
want to get Kyrie just to get the team.
Could
I mean,
even.
that's what we're pretty much down to, just trying to get the team.
He's
Okay,
26.
Kyrie's Canadian too. Fuck me.
Well, yeah, Christian is a Canadian, so it makes sense.
Could he
George.
be-
I didn't know that.
So could he be a star? Dallas Star?
Could
That's
be.
the wrong division. No.
No, it's
No, the right division.
Okay.
Who else are we missing in that division? The Stars,
Stars, the Pred? No.
the Preds. There could be somebody from the Preds. We still have Winnipeg too.
Stars, Preds, and Winnipeg are the last three.
Stars. There's one more. Stars, Preds,
Um,
Winnipeg.
Utah.
Utah's in the Central.
Utah's in Central.
Really? Okay.
So,
Stars, Preds, Utah,
and Winnipeg.
Kraken's
Kraken
in the West.
Pacific.
Krakens. Yeah.
Yeah, no shit, they're in the West.
Well, like they're west, so we have the Pacific.
And Winnipeg is number 8.
What about like Nikolai Ehlers?
Always played in Winnipeg. That's the thing.
Again, that's more for.
Kyle Connor's always been in Winnipeg.
I was trying to think to help with jersey number and to help with nationality.
Tyler Sagan, isn't he American or is he Canadian? I know he never played for
I'm
Edmonton.
not sure.
He only played for Boston, Dallas.
The Central is just kind of a boring division, man. Like, there's not a lot of like.
Do we?
So at this point, we just got to guess the random player on some of these last teams. To try to get
I
the
kind
team.
of like the Tyler Sagan guess.
It's not Taylor Sagan. The age too. Taylor Sagan's still like 20, like 30. Not
He's
26.
33. Never
What about,
played.
like-
Never played for Edmonton.
Well, throw like Ehlers out there to try to get the nationality and the team.
Yeah.
That'll knock out
Nikolai
both.
Ehlers.
Because he's what? Finnish? Or is
Yeah.
he Slovakian?
Danish.
Danish. Okay, I knew that.
Wow.
Fuck my god, I don't have a team. We got 2 more guesses after this?
Yeah.
Or 2 more altogether. 2 more guesses altogether.
Yeah.
We still don't have the damn team. Okay, Predators.
Yeah. At least we have half the fucking
Roman
division
Yossi.
knocked out by now. But
Roman Yossi?
only played for Nashville
Fuck.
and a defenseman.
Who's the winger on? Who's the winger on Nashville?
Stamkos again.
Stan-
Arvidsson.
L.A.
Fuck.
Or either LA or... No, he's still in LA. I thought he might have been in Edmonton, but...
Go over there.
I mean, could
Marchessault never
we
played
throw
for.
Yossi just to see if it's the team? If he is.
I'm gonna try to get a different. Well, what's his nationality? Is he Finnish or is he Swedish?
I don't know.
We could throw Yossi to get that help with the jersey number 2. I'd say throw Yossi in there. For fuck's sakes. Alright, so we got his jersey number. His jersey number's like 56, 57, 58.
Well, yeah. I mean, one more guess. So he's with the one team we haven't
I
mentioned.
mean, the only number 57 that comes to mind is David Perron.
Yeah.
But where the fuck is he playing right now?
He's with
Is he
St. Louis.
No,
is he
he's
back in St.
still...
Louis?
I thought he was still in Detroit.
I thought he was
I
still
thought
in
he was
Detroit.
Detroit.
I thought he was.
Oh,
Damn it,
he-
Ethan, where are you? We need your Detroit answers.
Because last I thought he was still with St. Louis, but I could be wrong. He could have never played with St. Louis. I could
He
be
does.
He did.
He's gone back and forth, back and
Okay.
forth with them.
I was saying. I thought I saw Prawn.
He's not
last
Czech, he's not a
inclusion.
Canadian, he's not Danish.
So if
He
he's
still could be Swedish, Finnish, Russian, American.
yeah.
German is very, very low.
I was just throwing it out there. But
Could he
What
be
are the last two?
Utah?
Dallas.
Dallas, Chicago... Oh, not Chicago. Dallas,
Utah.
Utah...
Could he be a Utah? Could he be a transfer from Utah? Or
Dallas or Nashville are the last two.
No, not
No, did you say
Nashville.
Nashville?
Dallas,
Dallas and Utah.
Utah.
I wonder if he's from Utah.
I can't think of anybody from Utah.
There's a third one. There's a third one. Because there's only 5 up there from Central.
Scroll up.
From Central.
Oh, okay.
There's...
That's what we accidentally did.
Yeah.
Second team.
Oh my god.
There's 3. So Utah,
Utah,
Dallas.
Dallas.
What's the last fucking team?
Going down north to south, you got Winnipeg, you got Minnesota, you got Colorado.
Colorado. It's number 57, 56, the 8 from Colorado.
he's a center. I was thinking of.
Like I said, the only number 57, or that area that comes to my mind, is Perron. Or
We
Letang.
went
I
for
was thinking
Perron.
Chris Letang.
We might as well throw Perron in just to see what happens.
Even if he plays for St. Louis, that's not the right answer. I don't think he plays for. I don't think he's on Dallas right now. I don't think he plays for Colorado right now.
Well, who's is there anybody from Edmonton that played with Colorado?
What about, like-
what about oh my god.
What about like Arturi Leighton? Is he still in Colorado?
yeah.
What's his number? I thought he was like 27 or something like that. I am blanked. I got
I
nothing.
have no
I
clue.
have
I
nothing.
have absolutely no idea.
Because I'm trying to think of. There's one player that I'm trying to think of from. Oh my god, I can't think of it.
I don't even know how to spell his name, but you know what?
Kyler Yamamoto. It was on Utah.
God.
Okay.
Fuck!
It was on Ottawa. That's right. I knew that. Kyler Yamamoto. We would have eventually gotten there in like 10 more guesses, but
20.
played for Edmonton. That makes
Yamamoto.
sense. Yeah. Let's do one more. Let's do one unlimited just to try to make up for that. Alright.
The Harry Loop is a McDavid thing too.
No.
I know.
Matthew Tkachuk. Oh, yeah. Wasn't it this I sniped it on like the second guess
Yeah.
last time?
Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
alright. He's American. He's 25, 26 years old.
Atlantic.
He's in the Atlantic.
But he's not a left winger, and his number is higher than 22.
Could it be a
No,
goalie?
19.
Well, 22, because if it was...
Okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, if it was 21, it was closer, then it'd be yellow. That's...
Oh, no, goalies are
I'm trying to think. How old is the Brink?
ADB.
ADP's like that's a, age
It's
could
his
work.
age is what I'm. I know
That
his
age could
number.
work. Let's go for it.
the cat.
Okay.
Oh, they're the
He's
same
27.
fucking age.
So
He's not a right winger either, so it's either a center, defenseman, or a goaltender. What's a younger goaltender from that division?
Yeah, not Florida, not Detroit. That's... Narrowing it down. We're good. See ya? We
I'm
good.
trying to think. Atlantic.
His jersey is not as high as 93. Okay,
So it has to be between 23 and 90.
pretty much.
Pretty much.
Trying to think.
All right. Well, let's run it back. Let's go through. Boston.
Buffalo.
Well, who's on Boston's? Centerman, defenseman, goaltender. That's American. That's young. That's 25 and below.
Honestly, go back to the picture. Think you could be like a Tage Thompson?
That's who my
Ooh.
pick was. My third.
Ooh.
Fuck. All right.
That's why I missed
What
it.
fucking 27 now? Well, he's either a defenseman or a goaltender. That's fine. We're
Yeah.
good.
I hope this. Okay.
So now the Buffalo.
Could he be like? I'm kind of thinking goaltender.
Swayman's American, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it be Swayman?
Let's find out.
I think he might be too old, but we'll try and guess.
No.
26.
So.
He's a
He's a
goalie.
goaltender. Okay.
He's a goalie.
All right. So
All right. Well,
goaltender's
go.
number
Hold on.
is-
I'll go through goaltenders. Boston, Buffalo's out. Detroit's out. Ottawa.
Who's their goaltender?
Was he?
Ranta.
Ranta
So-
and Corpusalo?
Yeah, not those guys. Toronto.
That's what? Stolars and
He's still American.
Joseph Wall.
Wall
I think he's-
might be American.
I think he's
Is
Canadian.
it WALL?
WOLL.
WOLL. Okay, that might. I mean,
That could be.
So that we'll hold on to Joseph
I
Wall.
think Stolars could be American too.
I think.
We'll hold on to Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, Stolars, I think the number would work because if they've right here, what I'm wearing,
Yeah.
Well, let's hold on to Toronto. Tampa Bay.
can't do that. See, because he's like
He's Russian.
He's
He's Russian. So that's gonna be it.
Yeah. SKY.
Johansson's too old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johansson's too old, and Vasily's.
That's what
That's us.
And then
Florida.
Florida.
Bob's
out.
Bob's
Spencer
right.
Spencer
Knight.
Knight.
Could be Spencer Knight. Is he American?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knights.
Yes.
So we got Solars, we got Wool, we got Knights.
Let's go Spencer.
Actually, no, we can't do Florida because we already guessed Florida.
That's
Oh
right.
yeah.
So it's either Stolars or Wool.
Here, let me do Joseph Wool here.
He's American.
Okay.
26.
Not Toronto. That eliminates it.
And we know his number is below
Could
60.
be Montreal.
Who's the goaltender up in Montreal?
That's a great question.
It's
Mozambique?
Is it Montembeau?
Montembeau, and there's a
Was-
new kid. They just
Is Montembeau American?
Canadian.
That's Canadian. That's Canadian, man.
Okay, it sounds foreign. And
Yeah.
I trust Jeffy on this one. So
What about Stolars?
Could be back to Ottawa again. What was the weird? Said Corpusalo, and then Ronta. What was he said his other one?
well, who just went up from Boston?
Allmark.
Allmark.
Linus
He's not
Hallmark.
American though, is he?
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
He's Canadian. Linus Hallmark is Canadian. I think he's Canadian.
I thought he was like Finnish or something.
He's like
That might be he might be
he's like Finnish or
I think the only other guess we have then is Montembeau for now. Would the number work? I think he's like 50 or something like that.
How do you spell his name?
It's like at. Hang on.
MOU.
I have him on my fan, so let me
That's
get it.
MON. There we go.
Here we go. Who's the other Canadians goaltender?
So it's Canadian's goaltender. Montembeau is Canadian. I thought he was American. Okay.
Who's the other Canadians goaltender?
I don't even.
I have no clue.
Jeffy said he was a young kid, so
He's under the number 35, so he's somewhere between 35.
Well, if we get the other Canadians goaltender, we obviously got it.
Yeah,
That's-
I'm trying to think numbers. So it's somewhere between like 23 and
it's-
32, so I'm guessing it's like 30. Which I think Ronta has always been like number 30, but is he American? I don't think Auntie is an American name.
No.
Is he Ranta? Who is their other goaltender?
I know they just got a new kid. That's the only issue. I don't know who that it is.
Matt Murray? No, that's
No, he never played for Montreal.
He's Canadian too.
He's with the Leafs right now.
Wait, which Matt Murray? There's two of them.
Yeah, I see. The second Matt Murray.
Dallas.
Yeah. Okay. God, I really want to fucking Google this.
And well, we know that it's
I just don't know.
Canadians
That's what I'm
goaltender,
saying.
we
Like,
just
I
don't
don't
know
know
who
his
it
name.
is.
I really want to Google his name, but I don't want to.
And this,
I think we have to because we know it's a Canadians goaltender. For some reason, my iPhone is locked. I don't know what the hell I did, but
Jacob Doe, Caden Primer,
that's definitely not. I don't know if it's American.
Primeau. No.
How old is he?
Connor Hughes.
No.
multiple, Dobes.
Jake
But you know
Allen.
he's
What about
he's
Jake?
Czech.
What about Jake Allen?
What? This does. Hold on.
Hitting his number is.
What about Jake Allen?
It's too old.
That's in Jersey.
Yeah, because I see the current goaltenders for the Montreal Canadiens: Sam Vatabitu, Jake
Bless you.
Allen, and Caden Primeau.
Maybe it is Caden Prime then.
Here's how you spell his name.
Prime was Czech. He's
Is that
Czech.
Czech? So it would be the second. It would be the middle option.
Mompton Bow, which is already up there.
So Jake Allen's too old, that you said.
Jake Allen's in Jersey. He's in Jersey. He can't be Jake Allen if he's in Jersey.
What if there's two Jake Allens? Because there's two of
What the
everything.
hell is it then?
Matt,
It's probably somebody in the
put
fucking-
Matt Murray for the next three guesses, and then we'll figure it out.
No. What the hell is it?
I'm looking up. Yeah.
He is American. Okay.
Yeah, except he wasn't on the active
Okay,
roster. And yeah, he was on the active roster. He's currently playing in Laval.
Okay. That's fine.
Oh.
Alright, that makes sense.
So,
So I was kind of sort of right, but I had to Google it. I'm not taking any credit, so I'll just take the kind of sort of.
Jeffy, your turn for your little. No, Colin. We'll do your We'll save Jeffy's for last. So then.
College wine rankings.
Yeah, we'll do Colin's blind rankings first. We'll save Jeffy's for last, so then we can explain it to Bubba at the end here.
Okay.
all right. Let me pull some notes up here.
Yeah. Again, I am sorry, guys.
And we'll take a quick pause, and we'll be right back with you.
I got it right here. So
Okay, never mind.
just JKLL. So you were with us during some of the blind rankings, right?
I was just the first two, yes.
So you were
I was there.
the A's of the Metro
Yes.
was the one. So you know what this is like.
Yes. I know what it's like. I missed the last three. So the.
So you can clearly tell we screwed up on one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
Me and God were.
Well, I got Ryan. I got the notification of the nickname change, and I'm like, "What the hell happened?" And I went through, and I was like, "Oh."
Well, too bad I don't have any of these. I have to go through them. Oh, no, I have some of these jerseys, but it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
So, this is blind rankings, A's of the Central.
Ooh.
Like alternate captains of the Central.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really couldn't figure out anything, so this is a fallback for him, just to get something in here. A's of the Central. First up, Seth Jones of Chicago.
I didn't even know he had a name. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's been around for a while. He's what, 30, probably 33, 34 years old.
Longest tenured Blackhawk.
Really?
Yeah, the longest. Yeah.
Since Taves and.
He's only been there for like 4 years, and he's already the longest tenured. It's wild. No, it's the Blackhawks.
Well, what if we start him at like 2?
No.
Oh.
I was gonna put him maybe at 4.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
I was saying 4.
All right.
No offense to Seth Jones. He's been
No,
around
because
for
I
a
was
long
thinking
time.
too, because there might be a.
I know he was very much loved in
I know
Columbus
there's-
for a while too. So
Second up, from Dallas, Rupe Hintz.
Maybe that's
Okay.
for number 2. Rupe Hoots is one of my. I love Rupe.
I'm trying to go
Hoots.
through and think where he could try to fuck with us this time.
There's like
Ryan Miller.
I think. I mean, Rupe Hintz, I think is be okay at 2.
I would say
Or do you want to say
3.
3?
What were your tiebreaker, 2 or 3?
I mean, I initially said 2, but I mean, Jeffy's kind of got a point.
Yeah, that saves some room. Let's go 3.
Yeah, let's go 3. Yeah.
All right. Third one up from Winnipeg, Josh Morrissey.
Ooh, okay. And he's debatably might be their best defenseman they got right now. Which makes sense why he has the A. And he's definitely better than Seth Jones. Is he as good as Rupe Hintz? It's two different positions, two different styles of hockey completely. So, I don't want to put him at 5 because I think he's better than Seth Jones.
Yeah.
So we don't have to put him at 2.
What if he... Could we bump Root A to 3?
Nope, you can't.
No.
You already, you can't.
They're locked in.
Okay. I couldn't remember if we could...
So I'd put Josh at 2.
Okay.
I don't want to put him at 5.
I couldn't remember the rule if we could move around or not.
He's
Okay.
better than Seth Jones.
These ass two are gonna bite.
Oh no.
From Nashville, Ryan O'Reilly.
Number 1.
I kind of
Former
had
number
a
1.
feeling he was going to put
Number 1.
somebody from Nashville.
Former Erie
I'm trying
number
to
1.
think. I mean, he's better than I think most of those guys on there. I mean,
But number 5 is probably going to be he's probably saving the 5th one for the ankle biter.
I know it's.
he always finds a way to get us.
He does.
I have a feeling what team
What if-
he's got.
What if we
What
throw
team are you
him?
thinking?
What if we throw?
Colorado.
What if we throw?
But which one?
What if we throw him? What if we just throw him
Oh.
at 5th, and then we have his last one on top?
Yeah, I
That's
know.
what-
I think I know where he's going to go for the last one. So this bites, but I want to put Riley at 5 then.
Sure, I'll
Yeah.
agree.
If this last one is what Jeffy thinks it's going to
Man.
All right, who's the 5th one?
be. Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah.
Okay.
One Nathan McKinnon. All right, I'm okay
So-
with that.
Seth Jones should have been last.
I think.
Honestly, I was about to ask Jeffy to grab that otter sweater from behind him, just because I think he's on that sweater. He signed that
Is that out
sweater.
there somewhere?
I think that's back in his day.
Because they.
Here, hand it over. Let me see.
He's definitely on there. What number did he wear for Erie? Was it
9.
9? Thought so.
Oh man, this is.
I have it. I actually have it.
Do you need like an extra light or something? You need a
I'm good.
Okay. Because the marker's starting to fade. So.
Yeah, here. Hold on, I'm gonna hang it up right here. While Jeffy brings his up, I'll look for it. So
Hey, Jeffy, so we can take this time to explain this thing to Bobo.
here,
Yeah. Okay.
Bo, if you wanna.
So what this is, Bobo, it's higher, lower, maybe every once in a while neutral.
Okay.
So, and this is related to drafts.
Okay.
So pretty much, I'll go through 2 different players, say which one's high, like if you think they're drafted higher, lower, or if they were
High or in
So
between.
for example, for a neutral one, I said Austin Matthews or Connor McDavid, like who was higher, lower, neutral. Since they both were drafted first overall, they'd be in neutral.
Okay. That's actually really cool.
Hey, he's been doing a couple of these past couple weeks.
Excuse me, that's really cool.
And like again, I'll use another one from a couple weeks ago. Like, Brandon Point ranked drafted higher or lower than Ryan O'Reilly?
Lower.
Oh. I'm just trying to reread it right. Yes. Yeah, right. Brandon Point was drafted lower than O'Reilly, so he was drafted in the 3rd round, where O'Reilly was drafted in the 2nd round.
Oh, there's no 5th round. Okay.
So you kind of get the get the idea of it.
So is there like a point system? Is there
No, we just kinda do it for
Just kind of
Okay.
Just like the blind rank, and this.
Yeah.
Why the fuck?
Well, because I wasn't sure if
It's
like.
just for fun. Colin might still scream your ears off, but it's just for fun.
Well, because I thought when he was doing this, you know what we would have done.
I don't need to scream if it's the blind rank.
Well, why don't we do this? Maybe next season we do points for Jeffy's.
I don't know.
Well, here's my idea.
Well, I don't know how long
You're
we're gonna do
the
this.
rule master. You loser buys everybody fucking dinner. I buy a pizza or someone buys a pizza.
No,
or
I
something.
had one funny the other day that I thought of. On my family get together for Christmas a couple weeks ago, we did like karaoke and stuff. So I thought next time we do a punishment for bracket, fantasy, whatever it is, ultimate loser has to go to Rack and Roll, sing a really embarrassing song in front of everybody.
As long as I'm drunk, I am game. I've sang Rack and Roll a few
I
times.
thought that was hilarious.
I've sang Rack and Roll a few times. You gotta get me fucking buzzed now. I did a Creed song at Rack and Roll a few weeks ago. That was right before Christmas. I did, what was it, One Last Breath by Creed.
And Jeff, what do we got?
All right, for the first one, was Yara Curry drafted higher or lower than Mark Messier?
Ooh. Yari Curry.
He was lower. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna go.
Oh.
I agree with Colin. I'm gonna go lower.
Lower, higher, lower than Messier. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say lower. I'm thinking say Messier was drafted higher.
Yep, you pretty much all were correct because Curry was drafted in 1980 by the Oilers, 69th overall, 4th round pick, 6th pick, where Messi was 79 by Edmonton, 3rd round, 7th pick overall in that. Next one is, it was Charlie McAvoy drafted higher or lower than Arturi Lekkinen.
Charlie McAvoy or Arturi Lekkinen. Oh.
Let me go higher. Maybe
No.
neutral.
Lower.
I want to say McAvoy was a first round pick.
I might go neutral on this one.
Ooh. Damn. I mean, McAvoy would have been like 2017, 2018.
He's a young guy.
Lekkinen, I think, was a little more recently.
Did I might have screwed up on the. I don't know why I put McAvoy. I'm sorry.
Who do you mean to put?
I meant Charlie Coyle in that. I don't know why I put McAvoy.
Charlie Coyle or Arturi Lekkinen.
I'm completely sorry. I was like,
You're
why did I
okay.
put Mac?
That changes completely. Then I wouldn't say Coyle. I'd say was drafted lower.
Or
Or you say higher.
no.
I'm gonna still stay neutral.
Lower.
I think so. You think Lekkinen was drafted higher?
Yeah, like later on, higher.
Right.
Like he was drafted late, or I meant
Before or after?
he was drafted after.
Coyle was drafted after Lekkinen.
No, before, so lower. He was a lower draft pick, so he was like lower numbers, and I might have this.
I'm gonna say the other one.
He was-
I'm gonna say Lekkinen was drafted first.
I'm just gonna go neutral.
Coyle's drafted before.
I said Colin actually was correct. He was drafted higher. He was drafted in 2010 by the Sharks, 28th overall, first
Talking
round.
about Sharks?
Yeah.
What?
And Lincoln was 2013 by Montreal, 55th overall, second round, 25th pick.
Damn.
And then the last one I have was Cole Caulfield drafted higher or lower than why did I forget it? Never mind, I'll skip that one just because I just screwed up on that one. Yeah, I'll skip that one just because I screwed up on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Alright. What are some other things that we possibly missed this week? Let's see. Obviously, we said Eric Stahl got his number retired earlier today as of recording by the Carolina Hurricanes. How bad the OHL refs are.
OV counter.
Oh yeah, OV counter. That should be a new thing.
OV counter.
As of today, Sunday, January 12th at 9:50 p.m., Alex Ovechkin is 22 goals away from breaking the great ones.
I was gonna say because you said that when I was watching the Bills game with my uncle, and I got that text and I was like, wow, he's getting close.
I think he's 17 goals in only 20 games played this year. Something like that.
I think he has the potential of breaking that record.
Probably
against-
early next season, I'm gonna guess.
No, against LA this season,
Oh.
March. I think he's on pace for late February, early March range.
So we think he's gonna do it this year.
He's gonna do it this year
You think?
All right.
if he stays
It's
healthy.
been a while. He has 20 goals in 27 games this year. 39 years old. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
So if number one, if he stays on the pace that he's going, and number two, if he stays healthy, that's a big thing. Obviously, he missed a chunk of time with that broken fibula,
Yeah.
but he's come back stronger
That
than
just shows how good he is, man. 39 years old. He breaks his fibula and still comes back. I think it was a month ahead of schedule that he was supposed to be back.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable, man.
Like, as much as we might shit talk the Capitals, as much as we don't like to play Ovechkin on the ice, like, he's a fucking fantastic scorer, man. No, we can't do anything or say anything to take that away from the man. He's fucking fantastic.
The greatest goal scorer of our generation. I mean,
Yep.
if not going to be at one point the greatest goal scorer of all time, if he does anything to do it.
No, he will.
Well, here's my question to you guys. Do you think McDavid will eventually outscore
It'll be between
Ovechkin?
him.
So let's say, sorry to cut you off, Jeffy. Let's say McDavid breaks the record. Now you have this young, fresh kid in Connor McDavid. Do you think McDavid will break Ovi's new record, and McDavid
I think it'll be
becomes that?
Matthews.
I think Matthews could do it before McDavid.
Really?
Both of them do it.
McDavid is more like McDavid does a lot of points. He does score a lot of goals too. He gets points and
McDavid,
assists.
I think McDavid will more like go after Gretzky's assists in his points record.
Yeah.
Where Matthews will
So
go after
you guys
Ovi's goal.
But both of them are going to break records.
Yeah.
It's just, define which record you're going after.
So you guys are saying on one end of the spectrum, McDavid's a better feeder than he is a better shooter.
It's
on the other end of the spectrum, it's like McDavid likes to feed the puck and share the wealth.
It's almost like the Ovechkin Crosby debate. Matthews is like Ovechkin. They're amazing goal scorers. They're the better goal scorer.
Yeah.
McDavid's like Crosby. They're the better 200-foot player, assist getter, whatever you might want to get. So
Austin Matthews currently, in 591 games played, he has 382 goals for a total of 680 points.
Okay.
Where for Connor McDavid, obviously we know he just passed 1,000 points earlier this season, has played 684 games and has 1,040 points.
Wow. And that's kind of where I was wondering. I was like, how do you guys feel about something where, I mean, I'm sure we're going to talk about that later on throughout this and next season.
Throughout the course of McDavid's career, and whether regardless of how far we go as a studio, it's going to be talked about.
Okay, I guess here's a question I have. This is just a fun one to pick your brains. You have Connor McDavid and you have Austin Matthews, each captain of a team. Who wins? They pick their own players. They do a normal, period.
Fantasy draft.
Normal fantasy draft. McDavid picks his side.
Pretty much, who would you rather start your franchise with? McDavid
Essentially.
or Matthews?
Would you pick McDavid or would you pick Matthews?
They're both the GM, number one center, franchise cornerstone kind of thing. Who would?
Yeah, Colin Stone.
I mean, it's got to be McDavid. I mean, it's got to be McDavid.
Okay, well,
I don't think there's.
I thought.
Well, if they were to draft their own team,
if they were to build their own team, that's what I'm saying. If
again, GM and number one player.
Like if McDavid gets enough money and he buys a team out in Atlanta, and it's like, okay, McDavid builds his own team, and then Austin Matthews goes out to, I don't know, Arizona. He owns a team out in Arizona. He builds his own team. McDavid on the other end of the spectrum is the same thing. Who do you have? They play. Who do you have? Who's winning that?
McDavid still.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, you gotta. I'm gonna let my bias show. I really don't care. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be McDavid.
Yeah.
I mean, can't. It's something that I had sent to the group, I think it was last week. Back over the weekend. This was a little bit ago. Over the weekend, when Fleury and Crosby ended up being at the same hotel in Raleigh, Sid snuck into Fleury's hotel room and moved the furniture around during the Wild morning skate.
I remember.
Fleury stole Sid's equipment bag and put Vaseline on his visor, laced up his skates backwards, and put beef sticks in his jockstrap.
That's awesome.
If that's not friendship, I don't know what it is.
That's awesome.
That's
awesome. So, do you think Pittsburgh or who's gonna? Okay, another question. Who's gonna retire Flowers' jersey first?
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was easy.
So we actually also just had history in the making recently. 2 players ever in the NHL history to have a hat trick at the age of 18 or younger, and the age of 36 or older. Jaromir Jagr was the first, and most recently Jordan frickin' Stahl.
Wow.
Jordan Stahl.
Frickin' Stahl, man.
Can you see the other Stahl brother getting his jersey retired in the near future?
Jordan? I think that'd be cool for him to do both. I can see him maybe
future, not in the near future, but in the
distant
future.
Maybe.
Let's say 15 years down the road.
Potentially.
I don't think it was as much of a guarantee as Eric's was.
Yeah.
But I can see it potentially happening. Speaking of kind of mixing Ovechkin and Fleury together, Marc-Andre Fleury, on watching Ovechkin approach Wayne Gretzky's NHL goals record, this is what he had to say about that. He probably owes me a few things for scoring so many goals on me. I helped him out pretty good.
Who is that?
Fleury.
That's actually,
about Ovi.
I think, because with Ovi getting closer and closer to Gretzky's goal, one that I kind of want to see one last time is Sid versus Ovi outside one more time, and
I don't care where it's at.
Whether it's in Pittsburgh, whether it's in Washington.
It might be. It would probably, if I had to guess,
I personally would want to do. I personally would say
yeah.
do it in Washington because the first time was in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's
kind of had the last time being in Washington.
Do like a back to back. The changing of the guards. Do the first game be the old guards, Ovechkin and Crosby.
Yeah.
Do the second game be Matthews and McDavid. Be like, hey,
yeah.
This is your league now. Carry the torch better than what we ever fucking could. And that's a tough challenge to do for anybody.
We'll buy tickets out to DC for the week.
You got anything?
I'm good.
You got anything?
Good.
You got anything?
I don't believe so.
All right. Well, let's wrap this show like a condom and get the fuck out of here. All right.
Let's GTFOH, bitches.
Oh, you guys will. I don't, obviously.
Well, you're gonna GTFOH. You're gonna walk us all to our car, turn your ass around like you're in the military.
The fuck?
1, 2, 3, 4.
No,
Up,
I
2,
ain't
3,
leaving this
4.
fucking building. I hope you know. I'll be like, see you
2,
guys.
3, 4. Up, 2, 3.
All right. Before Bobo acts more stupid,
Breaks a hole in your floor.
Wow.
like he broke a hole in the wall after every time you fucking sat down.
I mean, all I have to do
Like that
is
scene from Christmas Vacation where you just that's right.
all I
Like
have
him, Robbie and Ethan after Ethan's 21st.
all I have to do is jump, right?
Pretty much.
Cannonball.
All right, Eddie.
That show's a little bit higher than the one at Big Bar. But.
Cannonball.
All right, Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah.
All right. Peace
Well,
out,
that's
everybody.
jumping out the
See you next
window,
week.
not through your
See ya.
Deuces.